divided by 12 because there's 12 slices, one for everyone.
Should be 7 pizza. We need 7 pizzas.
You can observe the weather
No,
right now, too.
Yeah, 7 pizzas.
Yeah, so
That's already up there. You see what I'm saying?
So y'all might want to go back and just recheck your costs. Okay, now look up that case of water. Okay, so water.
And now food. Oh, we could go to like the Dollar Tree.
Do they have those water? I don't know. We're gonna go to Kroger. Like the cave. So 1649.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Dean. I am the Assistant Superintendent of Instruction in Salem City Schools. We started working on performance assessments really back when we started transitioning to having performance assessments in place of the traditional multiple choice test and started working on our balanced assessment plan. We joined the VAlin network because we wanted to find ideas for really building on our profile of a graduate and how we would incorporate the 5 C's across time. We needed a more systematic way of knowing what projects do we have, what processes do we have, and where are the gaps and holes across time. Do we have a rubric that would go across time and across different grade levels to be able to see, is a student really progressing the way we want them to in each of the areas of the 5 C's, and tying that all to our profile of a graduate. We also have noticed that we really needed to refine our rubrics. We needed to refine some of our performance assessments so that they were really measuring what we really wanted to see kids doing with the 5 C's, and are we really measuring that, and also making sure that our content was in the way that we wanted it to be.
I like about this kind of project that we get to have fun and apply it to real world stuff.
My role is the designer. So my job in this project is I find the pictures, the backgrounds, and change the words colors to fit the background, make them if they want them to be slanted, bold, underlined, that.
It's helping us with math and language arts skills to teach us instead of testing.
When you do performance assessments in the classroom, it goes beyond what a traditional test would. Students are engaged beyond just your normal content. They're using critical thinking skills to solve real-world problems, like in this performance assessment, where they're planning a field trip. Field trips are relevant to kids because they enjoy going on them, so that allows them to enter into the process.
I write everything, so I'm the reporter, and I write down like how much everything is.
You can work with partners and actively make projects.
My job in this project is to research stuff up, and
as they communicate about their ideas and brainstorm, they are getting to use their imaginations and decide what this field trip is going to look like.
What if instead of buying water from there, what if ahead of time your teachers go and buy water from like Kroger? That'd probably be cheaper. Look up how much a case of water is from Kroger.
Okay, make sure you are getting to this point, right? This is the big part of your project, convincing Miss Rose and Miss James that, hey, we need to go on this field trip.
So when I'm involved in tasks like these with my students, my role as an educator changes from that as a teacher kind of directing my students in front of the class to more of a facilitator. So I'm taking that step back, and when I take that step back, my students are fully engaged. They're taking that step forward, and it's pretty incredible to see what they can come up with. They're fully invested in their learning, they're fully engaged, they're excited because this is real to them and it's relevant to their lives.
The goal of this assignment is to kind of make your field trip to present it to Miss Rose and other people for maybe future years, for other kids, for maybe some ideas for a field trip.
Fun to have partners with you and hanging out with you and having your friends help you on it.
My job is to type all the text and add all the slides.
Students are having to think critically. They're having to communicate with each other. They have to articulate their thoughts and ideas effectively. They have to effectively share and listen to others. They have to be open to new and diverse perspectives. They're collaborating with each other. They're fostering those citizenship skills. They're having to demonstrate the ability to work together, to respect each other, to be open to new opinions, to be flexible, and they are having to work together to achieve a common goal.
The goal of this assignment is to persuade people, and one day maybe we can get this field trip.
It would help us in the long run if we're planning like a trip ourselves.
Tests are kind of boring, so I would rather pick doing a project to where I can work with my friends.
I think it's better than taking a test because we get to work with partners.
My name is Jamie Soltis, and I'm Assistant Superintendent in Salem City Schools. We were really excited about where we have arrived in our VAlin journey. We were able to begin mapping out our performance tasks across K-12, as well as be able to identify where we would like to put cornerstone tasks so that we can assess kids in their 5C skills across time. We can refine our process for performance task development. We were able to develop a few new performance tasks to fill in some of those gaps, and we are piloting them in the schools. The VAlin organization has really helped us on our journey to achieving the aspirations of a profile of a graduate, and we really are excited about our kids every kid having the opportunity to participate in this type of performance task activity where they actually produce versus being a sit and get kind of education.
We are going to Dixie Caverns and ordering Domino's pizzas along the way.
Give information to my, I guess, group.
This is better than a test because on a test we'd have to answer questions and concentrate like really hard, but this is fun.
Although we've made great strides this year in our journey, we still realize we have a lot of ways to go. We are super excited with the partnerships and the relationships we've built with the other divisions that are part of VAlin, and we look forward to continuing to work with them in the future. What I'm super excited about is re-engaging kids in learning.
That's why I think the activity that I'm doing right now is a lot better than taking a test.